Hi, Lays.
Hi, Nikki.
Welcome to Show Me a Wreck, where we continue our 15 Minutes of Lame series. And today's guest is brought to you by Britney Spears.
Because you know that she's toxic.
See? We're going to get a copyright infringement right there.
Oh,
but
I get it
it'll
now.
be great.
I get it now. This is a big day for the tour. This is our first contestant for this year.
It is our first contestant.
This was handpicked by Charlie.
Yes, Charlie.
And we think the world of Charlie. We do not hate him.
No, and he does not hate you.
He doesn't suck.
He doesn't suck. And this contestant, you're right, is handpicked. We
handpicked
have
by Charlie. He's a big deal.
Snake from this person named Spears. Because that's what her name had to be after. But Kurt named her. So
I think it's only right.
I think so too.
Right.
So I'm sure everybody knows by now because it's on the thumbnail. And
the man, the myth, the hair, the legend.
The hair.
The hair.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
Me too.
You're the handpicked. You are the godly one. You are the chosen child.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I am. I don't know why he chose me, but I was happy about it.
We know why. We know why. We think you're pretty cool too. My favorite Tyler's Toxic Bald joke that I've ever made on the internet is the time that I realized I had been following your dad for like 5 years and not you.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people do that.
I was like, oh shit, I thought this was him the whole time.
Yep.
Now look at us. Now look at us, all friends and shit.
Yeah. A lot of people do it and they don't realize, and it's like, whatever. Within reason, we post the same stuff. So
guilty.
A lot of his DMs are like, "Hey Tyler, can I like get this?" But,
like that's not.
Yeah,
it's not me.
It's all right.
So you, not too long ago, well, it's been months now, actually, you did your 15 Minutes of Lame interview.
Yeah. Yep.
How did it go?
It was early January. I think it went pretty well. It was 15 Minutes of Lame is something like I've followed for the past couple years. And I've always like debated on if I was asked or how I didn't know how it worked at all, how you get picked or whatever. I debated on like, hey, like whether to do it or not. And when Charlie reached out to me, I was like, yeah, screw it. I gotta try. And I was super excited that he asked me. I think the interview went pretty well though.
It was good. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And so were you January.
Nervous? Yeah, right. It just that fast. Were you nervous? How were you feeling leading up to it?
I wasn't really nervous about it. I think I don't know. I've been breeding snakes for like a long time, and I'm not very like new to the whole podcast or like video side of it. I think I did like my first ever podcast 5 years ago or something like that.
Right.
So it was a little bit nerve-wracking to like be on Chris's platform and stuff like that because of how popular he is, and it was definitely like the biggest thing I've done. But once cameras are going and I just get talking about snakes, then it's always fine.
Right. It's different though, because you obviously have your own show and y'all show's freaking awesome, but it's different being on the other end of it, right?
Yeah, honestly, it's another thing about me. I kind of prefer to be on the other end of it sometimes. Like Holly, a little over a year ago from Texoma Exotics, like asked me to be her co-host, and I said yes. And I talked to my dad, and he was like, "Dude, you're gonna have to like learn how to shut up on a podcast and like listen and ask questions and not take over the whole show." So that's been like kind of new.
I feel you on that.
But but I do actually enjoy doing both sides of podcasts and being able to like show off and talk about stuff, the knowledge I have and the snakes I have and stuff like that. Then also like getting to know other new people who I've like never talked to before on the other side of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You do a lot of shows and you also do a lot of sales on Morph Market. Do you have a preference?
Um, I actually enjoy shows.
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to say good shows, but overall, I enjoy shows. Um, Setting up's good. Getting to talk to people's good. And for actually forever, I've always done more sales at shows than I have on Morph Market. I think last year we might have shipped like 30 snakes or something like that,
Oh
and
wow.
we sold over 100 at shows. So um, it's been a pretty decent way for us to like grow our side of the business. But and even like this year, I think we're doing almost 30 shows this year, and they've been
God.
yeah
That's a lot. It's a lot of fucking work, dude.
It is a
Good
lot
for
of
yeah
you.
yeah it's they definitely are a lot more work than just, well, say sitting on your phone and like answering Morph Market
Sure.
inquiries or stuff like that. But I enjoy getting like face to face meetings with people. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sociable, and honestly, one thing I will talk on a video or talk in person to someone about snakes for hours. And sometimes I feel like when I'm on like my third response on an email, I get tired of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes like someone will have questions and I'm like, just call me. Like it's just easier for me to talk and explain that way rather than, a 40 long message email string.
Right.
So
What is the oh sorry, Lace.
No, go ahead.
What is the farthest you travel for a show to vend?
I usually like my kind of limit right now is about 13 hours. The longest I've ever done was 23. We
Oh
did
my.
Dallas.
One trip, one way.
Yeah.
Hot
And then,
damn.
yeah. So we're
Long
in
way.
upstate Western Rochester, New York, whatever. It's like
Oh my gosh, that's a
Yeah.
long trip there to
Holy shit! Just to
Texas.
get out of the city, my god.
yeah. So we're like an hour away from the Canadian border.
Hey, okay.
So
It's not too different, you and I,
yeah.
but
So to
totally
get
different states.
to get all the way to Texas was a pain, and then also the show didn't turn out so well. It was the first time they ever did Dallas, so it was
I saw
different.
you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
you there. I didn't say hi because I'm a nervous Nelly, but I know the show you're talking about from when they moved it to Arlington to Dallas.
Yeah.
Suck dick. Suck dick.
Yeah. So that was the only Dallas we ever did. And then, to sell, I think we sold one snake that show.
Oh,
And to drive back home, 22, 23 hours was kind of rough.
Oh,
So we
dear.
oh,
talked
I'm
to them.
so sorry.
No, it happens. We were like,
Texas,
okay.
Texas sometimes does not represent, man.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
I think we're not open to doing it again, but I would need to have the correct animals and to hear, good feedback from that show, which I still haven't really heard. Once people start clamoring about it, hey, Dallas was really good, this happened, and I have the right animals, when that happens, we could go and do it again. But
Bring a bunch of fucking bananas.
I
Pay for your
know.
booth at least.
Yeah,
So
it's
true.
yeah. But
Bells of bananas, baby.
yeah, like we recently I've been doing Troy shows, so we did Nashville, North Carolina. We were gonna do Kansas City, but had to miss that one. But those are all 12-hour drives, which are fine for us.
So you got a trailer and all that, or you haul it?
We have a transit van, which is what we used forever, and then recently did a pretty large rodent expansion, opened a rodent business. So
Yes, I'm following.
So
Yep.
we bought it's like I don't know, maybe 16 foot or something. We bought a trailer. So that's for our rodents, our freezers and stuff like that. And then the van is for snakes and stuff. We've only done, I think 3 shows with rodents. Like, it's very new to do rodent shows for us, but
How do they do so far?
North Carolina was amazing. It was the only reason I'm not going to say the only reason I was happy with the show, but sales wise, it was way better than the snakes.
Made up for it.
Tennessee was almost the opposite. I mean, we sold more snakes than we did rats. There were some reasons for that in the show, but I won't fully get into that. And then, but most shows, actually, we've done 4 or 5 smaller shows with rodents. They always do, pretty well. But the North Carolina show was insane. We sold out of like pinky mice in like 3 hours. It was ridiculous. We sold so many mice.
That's awesome. What was I going to ask earlier? Oh, would you consider yourself to be an introvert or an extrovert?
That's tough.
It's a little bit of both, isn't it?
I think in general, I'm more of an introvert. I don't like large crowds. I don't like parties. I can never go to parties. I don't do stuff like that. But when it's in an environment I'm comfortable in, like reptiles or snake shows, I love it. I will, again, just sit and talk to people or be out in a crowd of reptile people all day and be, super happy. But to go to a networking event or something like that is just draining for me.
Oh, you're like Nikki at a house party. Nikki arrives, Nikki leaves.
I'd sit there for like 30 minutes and then I'm like, get out of here, dude.
See, not so different, you and I.
No.
Lace, however, stay all night.
Shut her down.
You would.
But at the same time, I need to recuperate for the following 48 hours because I'm just human interaction drained. I can say nothing for the next 48 hours after a social event.
Yeah, no, that's me for everything except for snakes. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if I could, how long it would take me to stop talking about snakes. If you gave me 48 hours to do it, I probably wouldn't sleep and stop.
That's how you know you're passionate about it. It's a passion.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Oh yeah.
What kind of projects? We've been following you for a while, so we're kind of familiar with like what you've been working on. Like what's big for you this year? What are you really excited about?
The by far the biggest is my Monarch project stuff. We got into Monarch in 2021. Just technically we got a Monarch that was posset pied. He didn't prove out to be het pied, but Monarch het pied and I het Monarch female in 21, and they were hatchlings. So got the male up, started breeding them, made a few hets and stuff like that. And then over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, almost every animal we've purchased has been either a Monarch, a het Monarch, or specifically intended to go to Monarch stuff. So I have a very good base of Monarch project animals. So this year will hopefully be like really crazy. I've never made a visual. My het Monarch female got up to like 20 millimeters last year and then reabsorbed. So this season, she probably laid 2 weeks ago. I had a pastel double het Monarch pied female lay. She was bred to a fire Monarch pied male. So that's my first chance at making Monarchs at all, and I have the chance to make Monarch pieds.
There you go.
For us,
sounds a little bit like the butterfly effect.
Yeah,
seriously.
So
wow.
Are you doing like the cool freaking KRG stuff that I love so much of yours into Monarch as well?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yes, I am. So I have.
Cool.
I'm not gonna say I got screwed last year, but I did a pairing for my Monarch, single gene Monarch male to a KRG Phantom Leopard Fire Yellow Belly het pied female. I think she gave me 5 eggs, but only gave me 1 KRG. So that was, a little annoying, but I held that boy back.
Yeah.
And actually my second clutch for this season was that female sister, a KRG Phantom Leopard Yellow Belly. So missing Pasto on Fire. and she was bred to the Fire Monarch pied male. So
Cool.
hopefully I can make some cool KRG pied combos that are het Monarch, and just some cool KRG combos that are double het.
That's crazy.
So when you guys, I knew it was a project based, I pulled out 3 projects: my Monarchs, my KRGs, and then my Dinker like toxic gene stuff. So I got my Monarchs over here, my KRGs over here, and my toxics over there.
Hell
Those
yeah,
are
dude.
my
Show,
3 big.
bring them out.
Where do we start? That's
Right.
the question.
I guess we'll start with KRG and then work into some other stuff. So this is the most simple KRG I have, just to show it kind of what it does. So that is a pastel KRG.
Good golly.
And then she's 100% double het for hypopied.
She's so
And
dark and pretty. Oh man.
I love the blushing it usually adds inside the dorsal. It's really nice, especially with pastel, makes it a lot brighter. But just simple. Banding gene. She actually did produce me a KRG hypopied and a KRG Huffman hypopied last season, but they both died in the egg. So
Oh, damn it.
that was a real kick. They would have been
That
besides
hurts.
Jim Holt from Fox Valley Reptiles produced it was possible KRG clown pied, but those would have been the first 100%, they're KRG double visual animals. So I got her going again this year to hopefully make some KRG hypopieds with some other stuff in there too.
I still haven't made a comeback from that over here. I'm still
That's so sucky,
Sorry,
man.
Tyler.
Damn it, dude. But you keep on going. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I hit a KRG pastel Huffman hypo het pied female out of that clutch. So I held her back. So I'll take that. And then this year he's going to a Super Orange Stream Enchi hypopied male because I love the OD KRG stuff is awesome. Just base form OD KRG, it's super bright. So I've never seen it in hypo, and obviously not in pied. It's one of those projects I get hit up pretty frequently on to see what it does, and it's hard to explain when there's not too much made with it.
Mm-hmm.
But and when I have like 80% of the animals that have ever been listed on Morph Market are from
seriously though,
that's true.
They don't suck.
I don't know. So,
if you got it, it's from you. How does it do with like? I mean, you're the one to ask for sure, but like when you add other like super like bandy things like Enchi, how does it like combine with something super bandy like that?
Yeah, so I didn't actually grab this one, but I can show you a KRG Enchi, and then I have a step above that too.
Okay. Let's go. Hey.
Straw.
Straw?
You said hey. I said straw.
Oh.
Straw.
So this is just KRG Enchi.
Okay.
Even more reduced than a KRG or an Enchi. It takes out a lot of the orange that Enchi brings in and kind of just makes it like a almost normal color, but with a weird pattern.
But still darker though. So dark.
And then I did this season hit the first same thing pretty much. KRG Enchi genetic stripe. So this is first
yes,
KRG,
sir.
First ever KRG stripe produced. I kind of wanted to see what it would look like, just KRG, but the Enchi and KRG like destroyed the genetic stripe.
Yeah.
Look at that belly.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
It is actually, it's possible yellow belly too. So it's a KRG Enchi genetic stripe, possible yellow belly, and then it's 66% het for pied as well.
Ooh.
So
man, I love that.
I did one pairing last year for KRG G stripe pieds, which is like an interesting G stripe pieds. No one really works them, but I had a decent base of it already, so I've been making them or trying to. I have another chance, 2 more chances this year. The same mom, KRG Enchi yellow belly double het female was paired to a banana pastel double het male. And one female that just got her last lock this week was a KRG Phantom yellow belly het G-stripe pied to the same banana pastel double het.
It always breaks up the pied pattern, though, doesn't it?
So it usually does. And then I have, this is her brother. This was, actually, it's not a holdback. It's on Morph Market right now. If it sells, it sells, but I kind of really do want to keep it.
Oh, yeah.
So that is a banana Enchi KRG yellow belly pied.
Good God.
And then it is also 66% het for genetic stripe.
Yeah, that's a
Wicked.
keeper. Pull him off.
Yeah. So
Just pull him
Take
off.
him off of there.
Play with it.
he's one of my favorite pieds I've ever produced. And I mean, the biggest reason I have him up at all, and it's hard to price this kind of stuff because, no one has KRG combos like this, but I put him up at a price where if he sells, he sells, but I really wanted to just put it out there so people could see it.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing is true
Without being that douchebag that says NFS on it.
yeah. But I think if someone wanted him, I think I have a reasonable price on him, but it would still kind of suck for me to let him go. And it's the same thing with this female. So this is,
Oh, yeah, I've seen her.
yeah, one of my favorite KRGs I've also ever made.
Stunning.
KRG Black Pastel Lesser Vanilla Hypo het
Yes,
pie.
sir. Yeah.
So she's
Yeah.
got nice peach, nice ringer. The KRG Black Pastel and Lesser or Butter tends to really like stripe out a lot.
I love it.
I don't know. I love that snake. It's one of my favorites I've ever produced. I
love it.
technically have an adult version of this. Instead of vanilla, it's sulfur. So it's roughly the same thing. But they look very different. But there's nothing else.
Did you know that?
Huh?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
We learned something new
We did.
about sulfur.
Oh, yeah, it's complex. Yeah. Sulfur and sulfur, fire. What else? There's disco, like all in the same complex.
I've just never heard of sulfur, I don't think.
Sulfur's
either.
like honestly, if you want to like this, if you like the super fire look, it's the best thing to get the super fire look. If you like the yellow on it, look up super sulfurs. It's almost like a yellow snake with black eyes and some white on it, compared to a super fire is like a white snake with some yellow on it.
Wow.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
We learn
that's
something new every day. That's why we do it.
This is
they're awesome. I like sulfur, and you can make some really cool stuff with it. And sulfur fires are the same. They look super fire-esque.
Mm.
And then the last KRG I pulled out was this to show kind of what it could do on the dark side of stuff.
Give me more. Give me more.
So that's a KRG Black Pastel GHI, and then 100% het for candy, and then 66% het for pied. So
Straight into hypo.
wow.
This combo is like kind of a funny one in my collection. The dad to this is the same thing plus Mojave. It doesn't even look half as good as this, but I've produced at least one of these a year for the past 4 seasons. I think I hit this and a brother, where I think the 6th and the 7th I've ever made. And every single one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold it back, pop it. It's a male. For 4 straight seasons, I've hit this combo in a male. This is the first female I've ever made out of 7 babies. So obviously I finally held one back.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere, bitch.
I did actually hold back the brother too, because they're het candy, and I kind of just want to see this in the candy version. And the male will get me there a bit quicker than she will. But Yeah, the KRG project is really interesting. I'm curious to see if more people will get into it once they see more that's done, but it's hard for me to kind of push it by myself. So a lot of the stuff I sell at a decent price, especially if it's to like another breeder to hopefully get other people excited about it. Because if it does
Love
ever
that.
get a little bit more popular, I have so much of it. And
You will always be the name that is looked back about that genetic.
yeah, and I mean, I have almost probably close to 20 females that are breeder ready. Like this season, I got a ton of males. Like
When did you say you got your first one? Did you say 21? Is
21.
when
Yeah.
you got into, okay.
21. I got into. So we
You
purchased.
got busy.
Yeah, we purchased a collection in 2021. Most newer people don't know who they are, obviously, because they're gone. KE Royal Reptiles was a pretty big breeder in the Chicago area. They bred for 15 years. They were really good friends with the person who like founded KRG, so they had a lot of it. And then also were huge into Monarch. So how the whole kind of deal went is we took the entire collection except for the Monarchs, and then Troy from Best Dressed Balls got all the Monarchs. They sold it as two separate collections pretty much. And then through that deal, we had a couple animals just pass in transit, driving them back, which was not our fault and not their fault, but they didn't have to do anything but talk to Troy, and they sent us the Monarch. So we didn't technically pay for our Monarchs, but they sent us a Monarch male and a Het Monarch female. That's how we got into that project.
Oh. Wow.
So we got all of it all at once.
Wow.
Jeez. Now you're seeing, what is it? The seeds of your, or whatever that is, the seeds of your labor. I don't know, whatever you planted, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
good for you.
starting to come together now.
We'll be there one day, Nikki. We'll be there one day.
Until then, just show us your rack.
Word.
I got a lot. I need more.
How many are in your collection? You said it on the show, but it was how many?
I don't even. It's between like 300 and 400 usually,
Yeah.
depending on the time of year. This season, it'll probably be during hatchling season 500 or 600. Like, we have the chance to hit like 50 or more clutches this year.
Woo.
It's kind of, I'm shooting between 50 and 60 would be nice. And last year we did 30. So
Busy. You're blessed that this is your 9 to 5. This is your 365.
oh yeah. Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
all I do now is snakes and rats. So
I love that.
so yeah, we are starting to make some shifts in like what we're breeding. I'm starting to have a lot more, and as a whatever banana and bell combos I'm trying to produce because I have a lot of local pet stores that hit me up all the time. One of my favorite
So you're
things,
like, sorry, all I got's KRG, man.
yeah, one of my favorite things that happened recently was a really good friend of mine who owns a pet store asked me, like, can you send me the wholesale list? I told him, I was like, hey man, I'm pretty low on like my wholesale stuff. And he laughed. He was like, how are you low on your wholesale stuff? You have 300 snakes. I'm like, well, I don't think you want to buy like a Monarch Het Pied or anything like that. So you can, but I decided and I realized I needed to make some more of that stuff. And then also really start pushing some of the Monarch stuff mainly, but Clown Pied, Hypoclown Pied, Hypoclown, all those projects are taking like a huge step forward this year for me.
Nice. Hey, as current breeders, it is our responsibility to provide pet quality snakes to people because at one point our first snake was a pet.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, desert male, dude. I mean, that was my first snake. Was not a desert ghost, a desert male. So
where is he today?
I don't know. I sold him.
Desert male, dude.
It was crazy, and I didn't realize. I looked back at my phone one time and I never thought I paired him. I did pair him once, but the female didn't lay. And now that I look back, I'm like, thank God she didn't lay. But I have like one of my original snakes left, and most of the other stuff is kind of like fizzled out. But like pastel, banana spider, desert, and a lesser pinstripe, like those were my first 5 snakes.
Hell yeah. Hell
So,
yeah.
yeah, and
We all
that's
started somewhere.
yeah. One thing I love is producing kind of those animals to sell, especially to like kids, because I got into it really young, so I'm it's getting harder, I guess, for me to relate to like the kids. But forever, when I'm at a show and it's like, oh, I'm 14, it's like, okay, like it's more relatable to kids. Now it's like I'm 21 or 20, so it's harder, I guess, to reach the younger demographic at this point. But it's still, they think I'm old, and then 30 I'm young. So I don't know.
Yeah. I loved when we were at the Southeast show. There were so many kiddos, and I thought that
Mhm.
was awesome. Like, because I remember when I don't know, when I started going to shows, 8 years ago or something, just going and just looking, like not having anything, Um, there like weren't a ton of kids there. And like when we were in Georgia, there were kids everywhere, and every kid had a damn snake in their hand. And I was like, this is the damn future.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Swapping stickers off of everybody's table. Everyone's like,
And
damn it.
all the
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah. Kids are grabbing just like $100
Cat
worth
and
of
row.
stickers, just running.
Yeah, but that was me. So I can't get upset at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But so yeah, KRG's one. The other one I heard you like mention was the toxic gene or the god gene, or
Yeah.
that one Will's kind of taken a pretty decent step forward on. Actually, I'll show you my stuff, but before I get there, hopefully the video comes out soon. Will just hit something stupid in the project. So he sent me I think a video 2 nights ago, and I couldn't go to sleep after it. So
Oh.
Oh my God.
No.
I'm going to be stalking them.
yeah, watch out for like a flawless video. Hopefully it'll come out at some point.
Hopefully
Will.
we will see it by the time this airs. That would be sick.
That would be really nice, because I'm excited for people to see it too, and hopefully it gets people excited like it does me.
That's gotta feel good for you, right? Like
Oh
seeing the fruits of your labor, like make something so awesome for somebody else.
yeah, it's one of my biggest regrets, and my favorite things ever that Will got that snake, because I never wanted to sell it. The whole story behind it was I didn't want to sell it. It was a holdback. I didn't know that it was a new gene or what, or a dinker. Whatever.
You just thought it was weird as fuck.
I just thought it was cool, right? And we were vending Tinley for the first time, the only time we've ever vended Tinley. My dad, we were like one animal short to fill the cases. My dad came down. He was like, "We got to bring something to our knowledge that was a yellow belly double het crown pied. We got to bring it." I said, "Okay, we'll bring it." And we had her and her sister, who was just looked basic yellow belly, normal, and then her. We had the sister at $400. I said, I'm gonna put that girl at 900, over double the price. So if someone's really looking for a yellow belly double het, there's no reason they're gonna go to this one. Well, Will went to that one. So and I
That's so awesome.
Oh my god. And once he said I'll take it, like there's nothing you can do about it. You
You're
can't.
like, fuck.
Yeah, so shit. But he's been
sorry, man.
yeah. But
Not
he's
for
been like
sale.
amazing to work with in a project. Like we're pretty good friends, and see him. We always keep up on our stuff. I'm gonna show an animal here that I don't know if I've shown anywhere else after a couple more to maybe make it be cool. But this is what I'm thinking is straight single gene toxic right here. So darker. Please sit
Love
still.
it.
It's actually kind of hard to like pick up.
So what is something that you look for when you're trying to find this?
I'm just looking a lot of dark and almost granity kind of pattern.
Okay.
It doesn't actually, if you see this thing in person, it's different. The contrast is weird. The darks are very dark, and the normal colored pattern holds its contrast pretty well.
It's very busy.
Yeah, and it's got a messed up pattern. So I have that one, which is the first single gene we ever made. All of our stuff for a while, we were kind of confused because the original male is a yellow belly toxic clown, 100% heifer pied, and every toxic we'd kind of ever made had yellow belly in it. So we were like, oh, is it just another line of yellow belly? Is it, tied to it? Because for 2 seasons, all we made were toxic yellow bellies and stuff like that. But pretty sure that female does not have yellow belly in it compared to the toxic yellow bellies like Will has. And one I'm about to show you. Actually, I got 2. So this right here is a toxic yellow belly.
Oh,
Again, super dark.
So dark.
It's got crazy.
That's crazy cool. Oh, I love it.
So this is now a breeder male. I don't use him because I got the dad who's a visual clown het pied, but it's almost chocolatey.
Very, yeah.
So he's really cool. I love him, but unless something else comes up, he'll probably just sit in the rack until we decide that we can actually sell some of it. The other one here is so I have 2 breeder males, and I guess Will didn't even know I had one of them, but it's the original toxic yellow belly clown het pied male and a pastel Mojave yellow belly toxic clown boy who was pos het pied, didn't prove out. This was from him.
Goodness.
So I think that is a pastel yellow. That's just pastel yellow belly toxic.
Oh, what?
There we go. Again, busy pattern, super dark. When it's not holding, it's holding its yellows pretty well for a almost 1,000-gram pastel.
God, the blushing in the darks is stunning.
And it does that. It allows a lot of blushing to come up. It adds some interesting hooking patterns usually.
Yeah.
So again, that's where you could see Will's snake has God written on it. I guess
that one does too.
Yeah, right there.
Jeez.
I spy with my little eye Jesus Christ walking on by.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's all coming back to me. This is how. Oh my gosh. Mhm.
Well,
yeah. Now you remember.
Yeah. So
I love it.
So yeah, it's so that's pastel yellow belly toxic, and then this came out, and I haven't been able to reproduce it yet, but this was the 3rd or 2nd clutch of toxic I ever had. I've only made these, right? Yellow belly toxic double heads. And out of this clutch, I hit this female, which was really weird. And I have her labeled as a toxic reduced. So this female is a lot weirder. Her color's a lot different. I don't know if you can see it. Her pattern's a lot cleaner on the inside. It's not as busy. Almost does kind of like what OD does. It widens the alien head, heats it up, right? But this is from my yellow belly toxic clown het pied to a straight up pied. So there was no other genes that could change it from that to that.
Yeah.
So different.
Wiped out like the dorsal patterning is pretty much gone.
Yeah. So this one's still like
instead.
And it's also got that really crazy.
Great belly. Belly.
This one's still a giant mystery to me. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if there's a second thing that can get carried on with the gene or what. Like a reduced kind of line is what I labeled it as on its tag. It's just a reduced yellow belly toxic because I really don't know what else.
Dude, I really like the boldness down the dorsal and then just the speckling, the crazy contrast on the belly and sides. So pretty. Busy too.
They're amazing. And then this is so far my favorite, best toxic I've ever made. And I wish I had. Actually, I think I do have one without toxic to show the difference. So I'll do that first. I'll pull out his sister, who does not have toxic in it, and then I'll show him. He's also the meanest snake I have.
Oh,
was that by choice to put yellow belly into that first? I feel like every dinker should start with yellow belly.
So actually, the the male I bought was just a yellow belly clown het pied.
Okay.
And that's where it all started to come out from. So it started with yellow belly anyways. And it's
to immediately get the doubles in there, yeah.
And I mean the person who had it bred it once, never got anything like I'd been making from it, and then never bred it again and sold me the whole project. Him, his son, and some other stuff just for clown pied project. And this guy's like very well known in the industry for doing some interesting overseas and like dinker projects still. But he never told me anything. When I hit him up, he was like, "Nope, I've not seen anything like that come from the boy." But the original yellow belly clown het pied and his original son are both producing toxics, or what I'm calling toxics. So this is banana black pastel, right? I mean, it's pretty standard. This camera cannot pick this up, but you know what a banana black pastel looks like, and that's why I had to bring her out.
Oh shit! I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Oh no! It froze. Okay.
God
banana black pastel, toxic.
Holy shit!
So I just got some new pictures of this boy the other night. They should be going up on Instagram very soon. And I actually got to capture his color pretty well.
Whoa!
So this isn't doing anything for him. But
holy shit, dude!
He's wicked. By far the best toxic combo I've ever made. I guess Will probably just beat me out for that the other day, but
no,
I got a lot more.
That's wild.
Out. So this season I have, I think, 3 clutches that are almost guaranteed. I mean, they're guaranteed to lay pretty much, but not guaranteed to get great eggs. Female that just ovulated was a GHI hypo bred to the pastel Mojave yellow belly toxic clown boy. So getting, I really want to see GHI in it, and then double head hypo clowns. What's the other one?
GHI is going to be wacky in that, dude. I can't wait.
That's my thought. And GHI hypo stuff is some of my favorites.
Absolutely.
And then she's actually currently ovulating pastel Enchi double het clown pied to the original yellow belly toxic clown het pied. So my first chance at toxic clown pieds with Enchi and yellow belly and pastel. So
big shit popping this year.
Yeah, so that'll be really fun to see. I know I have one other clutch that's like good to go, but I can't think of it right now. But hopefully I'll make 3, 4, 5 clutches of them this season. Will's only, I think, got a breeder female, but a breeder male he produced last season's right on the edge of going. So we'll both start to produce some way cooler toxic stuff like this in next season. I'm curious to see where it goes.
This is going to be quite the 15 minutes of lame battle this year between these two, Nikki.
I know. You guys are going up against each other.
I love it. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. It's just,
to see, y'all better make some hilarious freaking videos about this project that both of y'all are doing. This is going to be epic.
I already got something in my back pocket. Audra, she doesn't even know I have it, but
man,
what are you talking about?
Oh, I love them. They're the greatest. Some of my favorite people in the industry. I love them, and
they're amazing.
They don't love Monarch, so it's okay. I got some dirt.
Oh no,
this is gonna be fun. Are your videos this year? What is your I mean, you don't have to give it away and you don't have to tell the enemy your secrets or anything, but are you going to make funny videos? Are you going to be roasting videos, or what are you doing? Are you going to do it all over the place?
I have no clue.
I think clock's ticking, fella. We need to start making a video a day right now.
I know it's going to be tough, but I don't know. I think I gotta start figuring that out soon, obviously, but I mean, you have to make them funny. I know that.
Yes.
educational info never ever wins. So I'll probably stay away from that. Even though I'm
the heartwarming shit.
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
This really cute kid with like a terminal illness with my snake, and it's like, nah, I want fun, laughing content,
Right?
Which is fine. So I guess I'll have to do that kind of stuff, which is fine. And I'm not very creative, but I'll figure some stuff out.
We're
And
excited
I have
to
a feeling
see
you're
it.
more creative than you give yourself credit for. So there's that.
I don't.
Yeah, I'd say so. You've done a hell of a job with your creative abilities with your pairings. So
Thank you. And they're easy though. Like I just.
that's different. That's different. That's like second nature. This is you got to pull yourself out of your fucking shell and make an ass of yourself, and hope that people think it's funny.
I guess
And they
literally
will.
Darren from last year showing his ass everywhere, which was crazy.
God, I
Yes.
dreamt about that ass for a very long time.
Dude, I had nightmares about it for a long time.
It's so funny.
Dude.
What's so funny is that it dropped, and it was all I saw for like 3 weeks. Just like ass.
I was so mad.
He could have only made that video and reposted it every day.
Yeah, he
Could
That's
have.
how good it was.
It's true.
Well, are you ready for a special game we like to play? It's called Lightning Round with Lace.
so
Cue the intro. There's no snare on my headphones. Hello, friend. Welcome to Lightning Round with Lace, where I ask you a series of questions. You do not have to answer them fast. No one really ever does.
No one ever does.
What is your favorite recessive?
Monarch.
Okay. Yep. We do this every time. What is your favorite incomplete dominant? Shout out Inky Clouds for correcting me.
Toxic. Or KRG, one or the other.
Okay. Did you know that, Nikki?
Had no
Did you know the
idea.
answer?
This is brand
Damn it,
new
he's-
information to me.
He's coming out of left field. What is a gene outside of what you've shown us today that should be in everything?
Hypo.
Switching it up.
Hypo.
Love your answer.
Mhm.
What's your favorite movie?
See, now that one.
She's got a new question.
I changed it from cookie.
This one, well, I don't have a specific favorite. One of my favorites, I'll give you two. Good Will Hunting, I really love, and Oppenheimer. I love history, so Oppenheimer
Great movie.
was a good watch.
Great one. Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite cookie?
Red velvet with white chocolate chips in it.
Damn. Yeah, dude. Those
High
slap.
class.
Yo, you're fancy, huh? What is a gene that you don't have that you want? I can't imagine there's something that's not under that roof right now, but give us a shot.
Biggest one's paint, honestly.
You don't have paint.
Nope, I don't have paint. I'm actually waiting on some this season. Really, really good friend of mine, shout out Rossi Reptiles, has some nice, hopefully paint stuff cooking this season that I'll get a hookup on. So might have to do a toxic for paint trade this year.
I was just about to say I feel like toxic and paint needs to go all the fucking way.
Yeah, he's been hounding me literally since I told him the pairing for a GHI toxic double head hypo clown. So I know if I hit that, he's got chances this year at paint clowns and a lot of combo clown het paints and stuff. So maybe I'll scoop one of them up. The biggest thing, I just want paint in Monarch so bad. Again, everything I get, I'm like, I want it in Monarch. But
I want to see paint in toxic. That's what I want for Christmas.
oh yeah,
For the record, I just want to see it. I don't have to have it. I just want to see it. So keep that in mind in December when we're going at each other's throats.
Do you think it'll go together like something?
butter and
It's
jelly.
got to speckle the shit out of it.
I was thinking you were going to say it was going to go together like
peanut butter and jelly.
not peanut butter and jelly lace.
Hypo
Like
GHI.
butt cheeks.
Okay.
Damn it. Where did she come from? Butt cheeks. It will. I think that toxic and pain are going to go together like butt cheeks.
Oh, I think so.
What do you think is the most challenging part about being a ball python breeder?
Um, shit, valid stuff. I guess for me, it's like I've already kind of said it, but like emails and text kind of stuff. I kind of, again, if everyone just called me, I'd be so good.
Yeah.
But
Just fucking call me, man.
dude, but emails and texts are like hard for me. It's nice because a lot of the times dad's great with email, so he'll like respond to most of the emails, and then if it's like a specific kind of thing I need to go to, I'll answer it and do it anytime. Like the other day, someone emailed, had a question, said, "Hey, could you call?" Like I called him. He was like, "Hey, like call." Perfect. Like I'll do that. For me, the other thing too is, I mean, at the size I'm at right now, like workload's like pretty
steep.
it's different. Yeah, it's definitely like never thought I would get this big up until probably a year or two ago. It's the biggest I've ever been. I get way bigger with babies, so the workload's increased like a lot. But
Well,
it's still,
babies take double the amount of freaking time and love and care and attention.
yeah. But I mean,
Dirty little things.
Yeah, most of the time, I mean, it's fine. It's not super hard or like obviously. I love it, so it's not horrible. It's just
So it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Shout out your mentor.
Oh God, I have a few. Please, okay, I gotta put you in your thing so you stop like running.
You can have more than one. That is okay.
Troy at Best Dress Balls is a really, really big one. I got my first snake from him 3-4 years ago, and he makes fun of me till this day because he was like, it sounded like you had to whisper to like hide it from your parents that you wanted a snake. But we've become, as I've gotten a little bit older, we've become a lot closer. He's a mentor in the snakes, and whenever I have a life problem, I know I can just call him and he'll help me out.
Great guy.
There's a lot of people I look up to. More recently, like Joe from JSA. Some on the balls.
Great dude.
He's on the rat side. He's like very, very knowledgeable. So that's helping out a lot. And yeah, I mean those are some. My dad. I mean that's an easy one, but like I don't know if I can
love you, Dad.
But it's just my dad.
Been a follow of yours for years, Dad.
Yeah. No, I mean, I couldn't do it without him on so many different levels. So yeah, no, he's like a huge influence to what I do. And,
hell yeah.
But yeah, those are Dad probably should have came first. He'll probably see this.
We'll edit this.
Yeah. Put him first.
Yeah, Dad first, because it'll be like Father's Day when this airs.
It will be.
Hey, shout out to Dad.
You just saved the best for last. You wanted to do it on purpose, so you could talk about him more.
Right.
That's why you did it.
We love you, Dad. What is the last snake that you purchased? Here we go.
So I actually got this today. This is Paso Enchi Leopard Pied, even though it doesn't look like Pied. Paso Enchi Leopard Pied 100% Het Monarch Clown.
There we go.
Got her from Bob's Balls, and I also got a sister. So Paso Enchi Leopard and an Enchi Leopard Pied double Het Monarch Clown. So both females rolling. They'll go pretty well into my Monarch Clown Pied project.
I'd say so.
Some triple heads this season that are raising up about the same size as them. So just increasing the odds at the triple to get the visual pieds in there.
That's incredible. I love it. What is a snake room pro tip? You probably have got a really good one.
I mean, run your ambient Like I like to run my ambient temp just in this room at like 80. It makes everything like so much easier if your heat panels don't have to work as hard. And
That's a great tip.
literally if something goes wrong, it's like your room's still at 80.
Right. It's hot as fuck in here.
Dude, it's annoying, but it's nice. If that makes any sense. If you're more northern, get a good humidifier for the winter. I hate winters. I have horrible sheds, even though I run my humidifier all the time. It sucks. It's just starting to get where like I can come down here and get good sheds now. Like even if I'm spraying 3 times a week in the winter, it's just horrible. So get a good humidifier. I need 3 of the ones I have.
For what it's worth, in Texas, getting through the last 6 months of Texas weather, it's been a struggle for me as well. Been very hard to get it nice and wet.
Yeah.
But what is some advice that you would give to a new breeder? Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Yeah, no. I think my biggest advice is figure out what you want to do. And it sounds weird, but not what you want to breed or whatever, but like, do you want to do this for fun? Do you want to do this as, a hobby to maybe make a little bit of money and, still have your full-time gig? Or like, do you want to go for it kind of deal, right? And then
like all in.
Yeah. And then there's different tips around those things right now. So like
right. I
have a kid right now in Rochester that I'm kind of mentoring, and I've been hammering home like, dude, he's a young kid. He reminds me a lot of myself. But trying to hammer home like if what you're doing right now, kind of the way you're buying stuff and acting, like that's okay, but it's okay for this kind of thing if you want to do it. But if you really want to go here, then it's, maybe you got to think about it differently, right? So I think that's a big thing. If you can figure out exactly what you want to do with it and kind of, not even talking projects. Do you want to breed just for kind of fun, have 1-2 clutches a year and just, hey, I breed snakes? Do you want to do, 5-10 clutches a year, as a hobby, little side gig? Or do you want to do 50, 60, 100 clutches a year and like try and do this full time? Because then that changes every single thing that you do. You have to look at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though,
all of the options are okay, but completely in itself, it's a different mentality.
And you can go from one to the next to the other. Like that's fine. Obviously, that's what I did. I had 2 clutches. I had 5 clutches. I have 30 clutches, right? But you gotta like kind of set yourself up for it. And the reason I am telling this kid to do it is so you don't have to like try and sell your desert mail. And you're like, you know what I mean?
Because we've all been there.
Yeah. So
you don't have to do the same thing we all did. You don't.
Yeah, and it's tough to like try and crack through someone's thoughts and opinions. Again, I don't know. So
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Respect. Respect.
It's tough, but
yeah, it's hard because sometimes you want to shake somebody, but at the same time you're like, I did the same damn thing, man. You go on with your fucking bad self.
Sometimes. So this kid, I absolutely love him. Another shout out, Alex is Rockin' Reptiles, kid local in Rochester. He works for me doing like rats and stuff. He's absolutely amazing, but he's at the point where it's like, okay, you gotta buy stuff that makes sense. You gotta, maybe don't go to a show and buy 7 animals, right?
God, what an idiot!
But that was me. I'd go to Rexpo,
it was all of us.
And buy 5 or 6 snakes, and then realize 3 years.
Wow, I came home with 7 males.
Yeah. And now that he's gotten a lot closer to me before he buys anything or whatever, he comes to me like, does it
stamp of approval?
Yeah, kind of.
Good job.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no, he'll be successful. I know he will.
Just keep following Tyler there. What are your top 3 favorite breeders of all time ever? Doing it still or not?
number one, gotta be Barczyk.
Represent.
He's what got me into it, so gotta be him. Troy at Best Dressed Balls, number 2.
Yeah.
Him as a breeder and just as a person, it's great. And
Absolutely.
the 3 slot's tough. I don't know, man. Oh shit. Same reasons as Troy. Not with us anymore. He was actually should have been in the mentor category too, but Tom Harbin.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, he made some like insane snakes and was, I don't know, just very, very, he was much better to me than I think I deserved. So, yeah, no, he's a big reason why I love Monarch so much. And
Absolutely.
Josh and Alicia are like doing amazing stuff with his
The salt of the earth, I tell you.
yeah, Harbin's 3.
I love that. You've survived lightning round with Lace.
Perfect.
So what's next?
In life?
Yeah,
Sleep,
like
probably.
what's next that you got going on besides starting to make 15 minutes of lame videos every day?
Starting now.
God, this rodent business is consuming my life. So it's awesome. But it is, I mean, snakes are work, rats, and this rodent thing is crazy. So I've been there, I mean, all day, every day. Just got it. I mean, this in the past, whatever, last Thursday to this Thursday, I've pulled, over, 2,000 smalls and weans. I've put down, thousands of animals. It's crazy. So that consumes most of my thought process and my brain and my body at this point.
Yeah.
But
You need a nap.
Yeah, I enjoy it though. Like it's fun to be able to, I guess, start something new. And I mean, I don't half-ass stuff. So like it's big and it's gonna be huge.
Yeah. You thought that you were just breeding snakes.
Yeah, someone told me the other week, like another very good friend of mine who gets rats from me. I was like, dude, you're a rat breeder that has snakes now? And I went, that's a big difference between a snake breeder that does rats. And it's like crazy because I have, 400 snakes. So it's like I have a lot of snakes, a lot of cool snakes, but no, I'm a rat breeder that does snakes now.
Miggy has a great saying, we're all just rat breeders with a side of snakes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
We 100%. Are. Just a little side of snakes.
Well, Nikki, I've talked my face off. Did you have any questions for Tyler?
You asked all of them, and Tyler showed off all the stuff, and it was great.
Not a fraction.
No,
not a fraction.
But the stuff that he wanted to show us, he showed off all the things.
Yeah.
Not a fraction, no.
But we're excited to see what's next for you, man. You have been so fun to watch and follow for years, and we're all very proud of you, bud. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. And thanks for having me on. I'm excited for the future, too. It's going to be stupid.
I agree.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Hey. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Show me. Show me.